So, today we're going to talk about trig functions of angles. We're going to review what a reference angle is. And then we're also going to review all students take calculus. And then we're going to review some identities that we used before. Then we're going to find trig functions. And the last thing we're going to do is find the area of a triangle.
What's after with reference angle?
Reference angle, find out what a reference angle is. Find the area of a triangle. So, the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to cover these three in the first section because they're reviewing. So, when we talk about reference angles, remember we had the unit circle where the radius was 1 and it was x squared plus y squared equals 1. So, the reference angle is, like, let's say we're in this quadrant. It's the shortest distance to the x-axis, whether that is inside the angle or outside on the circle. Remember, inside is degrees, outside is radians. So, in this case, even though this is in quadrant 2, the shortest distance is down to the right. So, the equations for them were theta, pi minus theta, or 180 minus theta, depending on whether or not you're in degrees or radians. Theta minus pi, or theta minus 180 for quadrant 3, and then 2 pi minus theta or 360 minus theta. So, we also, well, I've said, just so you guys know, it makes it a little easier. If your reference angle for pi, like when we used radians, if it was pi over 6, something over 6, 3, or 4, the reference angle was just pi over that number. It was a shortcut over the denominator. Then we also discussed all students take calculus.
Can you move it out? We can't see.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tom.
So, all students take calculus. This tells us where trig functions are positive.
Where trig functions what?
Are positive. So, or which ones are positive in which quadrant. So that means all are positive in this quadrant. Sine is positive in this quadrant, and sine's buddy, which is cosecant. Tangent is positive in this quadrant along with its buddy, which is cotangent. Cosine is positive in this quadrant along with secant. And the last thing we want to review are some of the identities that you should already have.
Could I just see it for 1 second on the balance? Just for 1 second.
So, those identities are these. You don't have to know the name of them, you just have to know how to use them. So, remember we said cosecant was the buddy or the evil twin of sine, so that means it's the reciprocal of sine. Secant, the same idea with cosine. And cotangent, the same idea as that with tangent. The other thing we talked about was that tangent equals sine over cosine, or y over x, because always sine goes with y and cosine goes with x. And then cotangent would be tangent flip, so cosine over sine. The very last thing we discussed was the Pythagorean identities. Sine squared theta plus cosine squared theta equals 1. I remember there was a little confusion. That means sine of theta squared. So you take the whole sine and you square it. You take the whole cosine and you square it and you get 1. And there are 2 more of those. That can be used.
Cotangent is opposite of sine.
No, cotangent's opposite of tangent.
Oh, good job, Francis.
Let me move this so you guys can see that.